Hi, I'm Jeannine.
And I'm Kris, and welcome to the Blue Fiber Tree.
Yeah, and today we're going to talk about a couple events that are coming up at the end of July, but let's go over the calendar first. So, I will be back from my vacation tomorrow, July 11th.
Yay.
I know everybody's kind of like, where's she at? I need help.
I mean, I'm going to say this. A week without coming into Longtail Knits, it's weird. It's weird. But the stuff that I was able to accomplish, not so bad.
Yeah.
I now have the art room out into the barn, so that's becoming a bedroom. So I can have company at my house again.
Yeah,
Nicole
absolutely.
said she's moving in. She's like, wait, it's got a canopy bed?
You ordered a canopy bed?
I did. Like, it's a fake iron, you know?
Well, yeah, but still.
Because I have that Mod Podge Tree of Life that I did on the wall. I didn't, like, it just felt like it needed to be, like, charming. So I got a canopy bed, and I'll be taking pictures because I'm going to macrame. Instead of buying curtains, you know how they bunch curtains in the corners? I'm going to macrame my corners so that I get to use some of my talent to add a little fun and boho look. Because the first person staying in the room is my niece. And she's
that'll be fun.
Totally boho. So, yes, a lot got accomplished while Jeannine was closed. But I am telling you what, I know you guys missed her. Dawn, like, came flying in here. She's like, no, a week? She's going to be closed a week? I got to come in here. I got to get this yarn. I got to get that. She got a pile. Whole big pile on the front register. Like, if she goes through all that yarn in a week, she deserves a prize.
But she's on vacation herself because school's closed right now. So being a teacher, she's off for the summer. Okay. So she'll be doing a lot of weaving.
There were like 13 skeins of yarn. If she gets through 13 skeins of yarn crocheting or knitting, like weaving, okay. Crocheting or knitting, she gets a pin. She gets an award. I'm getting her something. I got to ask her when I see her.
Kris is going to make pins.
Apparently I am.
All right, let's get through this schedule. So, we have a very busy month. So, when I come back, the first week, on the 13th, which is a Wednesday, we have Beginner's Macrame from 4 to 8.
If you haven't done it, do it.
Yes.
You need it if you're going to macroweave with me, which, by the way, we have that date on the schedule, but I'm not going to tell you what it is yet.
Yep. I don't even know when it is yet.
No.
On the 14th, which is Thursday, from 12 to 4, she's going to show us how to do keychains and lanyards. This is another great beginner's project, and if you missed the very beginners, at least you're going to learn one or two knots when you're doing the keychains and the lanyards.
There's two, depending on which keychain or lanyard they pick.
Yep.
There's at least two different techniques.
This is great for kids, just saying.
Absolutely, those bored kids. Give them something to do.
On Saturday the 16th, we have our Western Reserve Lace Society group meeting from 10 to 1. And from 11 to 4 that same day, we have a Tapestry advanced project featuring a picture. Kathy's going to show you how to do that. On the 20th, we have a dye workshop. You're going to hand paint either a skein of yarn or 4 ounces of roving from 5 to 8 here in the store. On the 28th, a Macrame Advanced Beginners workshop. She's going to show you how to do a bowl. But being advanced beginners, you have to take the beginners workshop first, right?
You do.
Okay.
You do. It's not a lot of knots that we use in the advanced beginner, but you need to have had practice some to be able to do what we're going to do, because tension is actually really important in what we're going to create when we do our bowl.
Right.
And I think, Jeannine, is that the...
Easy bowl.
It's just a jewelry bowl. I mean, it's not a big bowl. But what it is you're being taught the technique that you can then utilize to create bigger bowls, bigger baskets, and it's all about what cording and what yarns you use.
Yeah.
So it's not all just cording. This is cotton yarns and cording.
Right. And obviously if you use a bigger yarn, you're going to get a bigger bowl.
Yep. And same with like the bigger, thicker, like bigger cording. So
July 29th through August 6th is the Carnation Yarn Trail, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. And July 30th and 31st is the last Saturday and Sunday of the month. It's the thing that we've been doing for the last
5 or 6 years.
6 years. We've been doing it for 6 years now. It's our spinning retreat weekend.
I have to clap.
From 9 to 5 both days. And we're going to talk about that too, because those are the two topics that we're talking about today.
Yes.
Your schedule.
My schedule is very simple. I don't have to pull out the little long list of pieces of paper because she takes care of the classes that I teach
in the store.
But as some of you may have known or realized, starting in June, I started teaching classes out of our studio at my house. And it was so much fun. Oh my God, we had so much fun that first class. It was a hot day. We survived it.
And nobody complained. We were learning.
it was so much fun. And I got a lot of great feedback. So we just did a second class yesterday because I kind of had overflow. People that either couldn't make the first day of the solids and tonals class or just
they got sick.
Didn't know about it. Got sick.
Yeah.
So I had a makeup day yesterday for that. And then on the 17th, we always do the foundations of dyeing. I want to make sure people have that base. You have to understand acid dyes and color and things like that first. So we do the foundations, and then we'll be going into the variegated class where I teach you 3 different ways to do variegated yarns. Lots of fun. We use kettles. We're using a pan. And a bunch of different techniques to get the colorways that you would like. Nancy Whaley may be the death of me because she wants to variegate in a way that is the hardest for indie dyers to do. And someday we'll have that conversation because I think maybe that might actually be a nice session to show you guys how to do long striping yarns, which you will never see that on my rack.
No,
because you have to reskein every single skein of yarn that you're going to dye. And while I love you guys, no, not that much.
No, but I kind of have an idea of how she can do that. So we'll talk about that later.
Oh boy, here we go.
Making Kris learn. My brain.
That's all right. That's all right.
So we're having fun with these dye classes at the barn.
They're a lot of fun.
Yeah. Her schedule's on her alk&me website.
Yes, it is. There's a date in August that's on my website that we just changed. So the future class in August was the 21st. Now it's the 14th. I'm trying to accommodate some teachers that are going back to school, and they're like, please don't do it on the 21st. I was like, all right, fair enough.
Yep.
So
we worked around everybody's
do
schedule.
go to my website. You can sign up through the website, or you can email me and do Venmo, PayPal.
Yep, whatever.
Whichever way works for you.
Yep.
But all the information you need is up there, and if you have any questions, I'm an email away.
Absolutely. All right, well, the first thing we're going to talk about is our spinning retreat weekend. So we do this every year since the store has been open. We have done this the last weekend in July, the Saturday and Sunday, 9 to 5. And this year's format's going to be a little bit different. We have a lot of repeat people coming.
A lot of repeat.
And we've always asked for people to let us know what technique they would like to learn. Well, last year we really didn't get any. So we're not going to teach anything this year, but if you need help with a technique, just ask. We'll help you. You know, if you're struggling with a thin single or chain plying or core spinning, or you just want, how can I be more consistent with my single or my plying?
Slow your feet down. Sorry.
It's just those little bits and pieces of things that you pick up on these weekends.
Right.
Watch everybody else. We all work on something different. Different fibers, different techniques.
Different wheels.
Yes. Some people are doing a long draw. Some people have e-spinners as opposed to treadle wheels. Some are double treadles. Some are single treadles. It's totally different. Everybody does something different. I wish we could get some drop spindle people, and I really would love it. There's no reason why drop spindle people cannot join us for the spinning weekend.
I'm always amazed by people who drop spindle because I can't chew gum and walk at the same time. So for me to watch somebody, I've watched a couple people like sit and do it, but then I've also watched like when we're at some of the fiber shows, there's people walking around, they've got their fiber like in this little pouch or pocket next to them, and they're just walking and talking and spinning.
And they're not even paying attention to what they're doing.
They are not. And I'm just like, girl,
yeah.
You got it going on.
Yep.
It amazes me. I wouldn't mind like borrowing somebody's drop spindle and trying it, because I don't think it's something that, I'm such an art yarn spinner that I don't know that it's for me, but I wouldn't mind at least understanding the technique with it.
Right.
You know?
I would probably do it for 5 minutes. I go, nope, I'm good. Thank you.
I have a wheel. I can produce more yarn. Thank you so very much.
Yeah.
But I'm amazed because it's like breathing to them. And I'm like.
Our one spinner, Jan, she only does drop spindle, although I think she has been gifted a wheel.
I think so. I feel like she has.
And she's learning how to do, I bet you she's probably plying her singles instead of plying the singles on a drop spindle. It takes a lot more time, but I've seen her yarns that she has done and then the things that she has knit out of those yarns, and it just amazes me. The consistency and the colors, they're beautiful.
You probably, in a weird way, on the drop spindle, you probably have more control over what you're doing, because it's just your fingers.
Yeah, it doesn't get away from me. If anything, it's going to slow down, not speed up.
Right. And with us, with the wheel, you know, we're sitting here, we're treadling, and we're talking, and as we're talking and we get excited, then our feet start moving faster, then all of a sudden our fiber has split apart, and we're like, oh, man. But, so, you know, it probably is, like, when you're talking singles and thinner yarns, it probably is a more consistent yarn.
Right.
But I would love to try it just to go, okay, check.
So my point of all of the watching everybody around you is, if you see somebody doing something that you're interested in, just ask them to show you how to do it. We have such wonderful spinners that they have no problem sharing any information. They'll be more than happy to show you how to do what they're doing.
That was the best part of last year.
Yeah, we have more of that.
Funny story. Great Lakes.
Yep. We
know I entered the skein competition.
Yes.
So, Marty.
Yeah. Marty Gower.
Yeah, she entered as well. Real funny that one of our skeins looked almost identical. Why? Because we were sharing fiber. We were using the same fiber on the spinning weekend. And we were all like talking about core spinning, and I was helping them with their core spinning. And she was like, oh, well, what do you do? Okay, all right. And she did her twist on the own way. But I'm telling you, our skeins were almost identical. Because we made them on the same weekend with the same fiber. I was like, oh, somebody likes my colors. And Marty goes, girl, that was me. We did that on that weekend together. And I went, okay. But so it's just fun, because you learn so much. One of the weekends at one point is where I got a better understanding of chain plying.
Correct.
You know, one of the weekends when we didn't do it in the store, we did it down the street.
Yeah.
At the one event place. That year I learned a lot more about the drum carder, and I got better with making bats.
Yep.
And so it's kind of nice. Like, and we'll have cards and drum carders. I know I'm going to bring my carders, my hand carders, boards. My blending board. I'll have my drum carder here for people, for people to use as well. 'Cause it's just really nice. Like,
yeah. So Kathy's still going to be bringing her fibers. So let's get to the nitty gritty of all of it. The cost this year is $50 for the weekend. And the reason being, it's for the use of the space. My store, but it covers everything that we're doing for the whole weekend. 9 to 5, $50. Super easy. You're not going to get any free fiber this year. Everybody has plenty of fiber from the last few years, plus the fiber shows. And we figured, you know what? We're still going to bring in all those fibers that Kathy always brings in.
Yep.
They're going to be discounted by the pound, 20% off of any of her other items that are over in the corner. And she's going to have these kits of bats that are color coordinated with all the materials in there. 3 ounces of materials, and you can
go make your own bat, and they've already picked out the colors and things you need to go together.
Right. So there's going to be those kits. They're regularly priced $18. They'll be in the store after the weekend, but for that weekend only, it's going to be 20% off of that $18.
That's awesome.
As an introductory offer.
That's awesome.
For those bat kits that you can purchase and make your own bat.
Yep. No, I think that's awesome.
Yeah. So my thing is, bring some of the fibers that you have. Don't bring everything. You probably have a trunk load. Bring some of your fibers that you want to use. Get some other fibers to go with it. Create your own unique bat and spin an awesome yarn.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I will say, like, for those of you that have never joined us for the spinning weekend, there's a ton of us that will be like, oh, I have some Angelina. You want some of this? And you want some... Like, we've shared fibers.
It's almost like sometimes it's a fiber swap. Oh, I got this. Anybody want it? Yeah. What can I give you? What you got?
What you got? I know. If I bring all my fiber, we'll have to move all the yarns out of the store to bring in my fiber, so I won't do that. I'll just, bring a trunk or 2.
And I will tell you that the store is still going to be open to the public, so people will be walking in and out while we're doing our weekend. And it's a great way for them to see a technique that they've maybe never seen before. Okay? So, yeah, it's going to be a great time. And then on Saturday, when we're done on Saturday, you guys we just leave everything in here. I lock up the store. I have a security system. And then we're going to go down the street and we're going to have dinner. Anyone who wants to join us when we're done. So usually we start wrapping up a little bit before 5. And we're just going to mosey on down. And we're going to go to Luna's this year. And we are going to have a great dinner. And then go home and sleep the night away. And do it all again on Sunday.
Absolutely.
So you can start gathering things. And while you're here on Saturday, you can start making your pile. I have it tabbed for everybody.
Yeah. We usually do tabs and close out on Sunday.
But it gives you that opportunity to shop. Anything in the store, any of my products are going to be 15% off that day for everyone who is here, excluding Ashford products, because can't discount Ashford products. The charity rack and the discontinued rack will still be as they are because they're already discounted. Yeah. The discount on the discontinued rack is 25%, and the charity rack, its price as they are because that goes to our emergency assistance center.
Absolutely.
So yes.
And for those of you that are that love to ply with unique things, Jeannine got some really great, possibly one of a kind.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if it's discontinued.
I always find the discontinued
I know,
stuff.
but they're beautiful. It's, I want to say it's around 200 yards for the cake.
Yeah, just over 200 yards.
Yeah, and it's real thin with these tiny, perfectly spaced sequins in, I don't know, a lot of colors. There's 8 colors, 10 colors.
There's at least 10 over there.
Yeah, and they're awesome. They look amazing in art yarn. Mm-hmm. I haven't tried it with just a regular ply on, I don't know, on a worsted or whatever, but I'm sure it'd be equally as beautiful.
Yeah, one of my other customers turned me on to that, and I went and hunted it down and brought in everything.
Took you a while. You're like, where's it at?
Where's it at?
Where's it got?
And once I found who the distributor was of it, then I was able to get a new wholesale account, and bring that fiber in. And I'm pretty sure this week I will go back in and see if they still have more stock, just to bring in more of it so that we have a good supply for the weekend.
Well, I bought a little chunk of it.
You did.
Sorry, guys.
That's all right.
I love sequins.
Yeah, and they're hard to find.
They are. And you can, if you are patient, you can thread lace weight mohair with sequins.
And pull up.
Or thread with sequins. But let me tell you, that is time consuming. So I would rather spend the extra money to buy it pre-done and pretty color.
Yep.
And then I don't have to mess with anything.
Yeah, and they're not going to slide. You don't have to stop and pull them up.
We did that in the one of the spinning weekends. We did the thread, and we put all the sequins on, and we're like, okay.
It was the core spinning
class.
class.
And like, now I got to stop, put a stupid thing on. Okay, here we go again. Now I got to stop, put a stupid thing on. I'm like, can't all the sequins just be in one spot? Can I just like put them all right here? Because this is annoying. Because once you get into that groove, you're like, okay, stop. No, that's too much. So I like the pre-done stuff. They're really pretty.
Kudos to the people who do that.
For sure. Like, I want to try, like, I've seen, I can't remember the lady I follow on YouTube, but she does a lot of add-ins, and she does a lot of beadwork. Mm-hmm. I did it once, and that was the same weekend that we did the core, and I don't remember if that was my first core class, or my second core class, or my third core class. Because I took core spinning a lot before it really, like, went, oh. So,
and the hardest part was when we did the bracelets on wire with
kept snapping
with the beads. Mine's still back there. I never finished mine.
Oh, I'm mad.
But yeah, maybe we'll revisit that someday.
No, you can revisit that someday. I am never working with wire and fiber in a core spinning manner ever again. I can't say I won't work with wire and fiber, because I know I will, but not in that way. No way, Jose. Too much trouble.
Okay, anything else for spinning? Did I get it all?
No, but the one thing I want to interject about the spinning weekend being only $50. In the past, it's been $125, it's been $150. Part of the reasoning behind bringing it down to the $50 is we are all seeing really high grocery prices, really high gas prices. Mm-hmm. And we've heard a couple comments from people like, oh, I don't know, I'll have to see how money is. We would rather lower the price and see you in the store, commiserating with your fellow fiber friends, instead of being at home going, God, I wish I was there.
Yeah. I needed to make it cost effective for you to come and play.
Everybody. Yep. Absolutely. So, by all means, if ever you were going to take advantage of one, take advantage of this one, because it's the lowest price it's ever been.
Yes.
And
you're still going to learn a lot.
You're going to learn a lot, because every single person that I know that has ever come to this spinning weekend, they are not knowledge Nazis. They are like, let me share what I know. And it's a beautiful, beautiful sharing of knowledge. So you will learn a lot, whether you want to or not.
Absolutely. Okay, so I think that's it for the spinning weekend. Okay. Carnation Yarn Trail is a new shop hop yarn tour, whatever you want to call it. It's the old I-75 yarn tour that they used to have.
I've never even heard of it.
Yeah, it goes from Michigan through Ohio into Kentucky is how it went, okay? And
road trip.
Yes. So what happened was during COVID, that fell apart, and the woman who was running it has decided she's not going to do it anymore. So a couple of shop owners got together and decided that they wanted to bring it back. They've renamed it the Carnation Yarn Trail. And what they did was they had one of the representatives for some of the yarn manufacturers send an email out to all the stores in this area and say, hey, who wants to play?
So that's how you found out about it?
That's how we found out about it. Through my rep. Through my yarn rep.
Awesome. Okay.
So I probably was one of the first ones that went, I'm in, just get me details. Because
absolutely.
It's the end of July, first part of August, which can be extremely slow. And from listening to these two ladies who have participated in the past, they're like, hold on to your bootstraps, you're going to get busy. And I hope we do. Now, the other day when I was posting my event on Facebook about the Carnation Yarn Trail, there were 21 shops. This morning, I opened up the website, and there are 22 yarn shops.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and we're going to go down the list of the participating yarn shops now, July 29th through August 6th. So I believe it's either a Thursday. It's a Friday through the next Saturday.
Okay.
Is how it goes.
And you're already here for the
I'm
spinning
already
weekend,
here.
so it's not like you have to open on an extra day because you're already open for the retreat.
And I would have, if there was nothing going
absolutely,
on, I would have been
but
in
you're
here.
already here, so that's like a bonus.
Yep. So when you go to their website, which is carnationyarntrail.com, it's one page. And you're going to see all of the stores listed. And what happens is if you click on the logo, it'll take you to their website.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. And then from there, you'll get to see what each shop is doing. The beauty of this, it is so open that each shop can do whatever they want. There's no set rules. There's no, you have to do this. You can do whatever you want. If you want to do a prize basket or a raffle prize each day that people come in, if you want to offer a special on a yarn, if you want to do a trunk show, if you want to feature an indie dyer that week, you can do anything that you want.
That's awesome.
And the thing is, those of us in the regular Yarn Discovery Tour here in Northeast Ohio, a lot of those shop owners are struggling because they don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And I'm like, ooh, goody, I get to do what I want.
I know. Free reign.
I'm loving it. All right, so we're going to go down this list. Again, 22 yarn shops, Michigan, Ohio, Kentucky. But what happened was it flowed into Northeast Ohio, Central Ohio.
Nice.
Is what happened. So you picked up the Cleveland, Akron area, and you picked up Columbus. As well
right on
as
all the highways. It's not like it's horrible.
No, it's not.
And you are like at the crossroads of highways, so
Correct.
It's perfect.
And what's nice is you've got that, I think it's 9 days total. And from what I understand, a lot of women or yarnies actually plan their vacation around this yarn tour so they have time to go and travel and visit all these yarn shops, and they're prepared to spend money in the yarn shops, which is so cool.
Anybody that's on my books at the salon from August 1st to August 6th, I might be moving you so I can take a vacation and go like travel down to Kentucky and see some yarn shops.
Yeah, how far out of your bubble is that?
Wicked. Wicked far. But, you know, I would have to be back by the 4th. Because I teach a class on the 5th here. However, I take a couple days. My husband would be glad to get rid of me. I love seeing other shops.
I know,
love seeing
it's
other
fun.
shops and how they do things and how they set up.
And every store has a different character.
They do. And I have a big affinity for indie dyed yarn.
Mm-hmm.
So I love, it's like when we go to the shows, I love seeing, not what other indie dyers do so I can run home and duplicate it. I love seeing the personality, because in everybody's yarn, the personality comes out in what they dye. And it's, I just love watching. I like seeing. And you know, if you're going from Michigan down to Kentucky, well, you're hitting a lot of different.
Yeah, and you're not going
stars.
to Michigan for just one. I think there's 3 or 4 shops in Michigan now.
How far is Michigan?
It's a 3-hour drive. 3-hour tour. Okay, so here we go.
I'm thinking.
All right, 614 Knit Studio. They're in Columbus.
Okay.
Then you have the Artful Yarn in Chagrin. She's
There you
participating this year. Chickadee Knit Studio is in Perrysburg, Ohio. Don't know. So mostly they're probably going to be on the west side of the state. So I'm not really sure.
Okay.
Creatively Altered is in Elmore, Ohio.
Never even heard of that.
Eagle Bend Alpacas is in Burlington, Kentucky.
I'm about to drive down to
I
Burlington,
know.
Kentucky just for that one.
So here's another one of our local gals. Fine Points in Cleveland is participating. Friends and Fiber.
Oh, I like
LaGrange,
that name.
Kentucky, another Kentucky store.
Okay.
Harps and Thistles in Cuyahoga Falls.
There you go.
So there you go.
Another.
Now there's 4 of us here.
That's awesome.
Have you any wool? What a fabulous name.
See, that's the best part of these yarn tours because we hear the best names.
Yep.
Have you any wool? She's so smart, or he.
That's in Berkeley, Michigan.
Oh, dang.
JT Stitchery, Yarn Fibers and Crafts, Rockford, Michigan. See?
Okay.
Knit On, Newport, Kentucky.
Knit On. I like that.
Lambikin's Hideaway.
Aww.
They're in Hamilton. That's down by Cincinnati.
Okay.
Then you got me, Longtail Knits here in Northfield Center.
I know how to find her.
Yep. Main Street Yarns is in Mason, Ohio. She's one of the ladies who's running it.
Okay.
Plum Tree Yarn Shop in Milan, Michigan. There you go, another Michigan person. Silk Road Textiles in Cincinnati. Stitch Yarn Studio in Covington, Kentucky. Threadbender Yarn Shop, Grandville, Michigan. What, that's like 5 in Michigan alone?
I think so. She's been making tally marks.
Tippy Canoe Weaver, Tip City, Ohio.
Where's Tip City?
I don't know. We're going to have to go look these up.
I need to find that one just because... Weaver. I like anything that has to do with weaving, so I gotta see.
Woolly Bully Yarn Company.
Come on.
Springboro, Ohio.
Perfect.
Yarnit and Haberdashery in Grandview Heights, Ohio. That's down by Columbus.
Okay.
Yep. Yesterday's Use, EWE. Fine fiber from sheep to shop.
Nice.
London, Ohio. Okay. And that's the last one.
I just can't believe there's some that are like in Ohio that I haven't.
Well, they're not in our area.
I know, but so many people come in your place that talk about stores that they've visited.
Yeah.
And not one of those are ones that I've heard of, besides like the ones that are on our normal yarn tour in September.
Right, right.
So
there is a Facebook, Instagram, and there may even be a Twitter. Hold on a second. I go back and find it. There might be a Twitter account too. It's all at the top. But like I said, click on the logos and go check them out. I'm sure they would appreciate phone calls or emails if you have questions about what they're going to be doing. And the beauty of it is they call them little pods of areas of stores that are condensed in an area. Like you've got Fine Points, Artful Yarn, me, Harps and Thistles.
Isn't there one more? Maybe.
Anyway.
But even those 4 you can hit
they're right
in one morning or one afternoon. They're close enough to where you can go bam, 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 bam.
And then you could head south to Columbus and hit those 2 down there. So guess what? You've just hit 6 of the 22 stores in one day. And then you could be on your way to wherever else. But, you know, you've got a cluster in Michigan. You've got a cluster over here in Ohio. You got these guys over here. You've got those few stores in Kentucky. You have a way of actually setting your map to make it cost effective.
Yeah.
And, you know, from what I understand, these ladies, they grab friends and they make a week of it and they know where they're going to stay in a hotel and they're going to go and do their thing.
I might even just have to take a day this year to do the Michigan ones.
Yeah.
And then next year when they do it, I'll go down and do the Kentucky ones.
Yeah.
And hit Ohio.
Grab a
down.
friend.
Right. Hit something on the way back that's like coming back into Ohio.
I'm pretty sure you could find a couple yarnies that would go with you.
Yeah.
I can think of a few right now.
My car will be like, I'm sorry, we're all filled up. Unless you're riding in the trunk.
But it's going to be fun. I'm really excited to take part in another yarn tour because it's just going to be, it's going to be great. I mean, and the thing is, those ladies may not know about our yarn tour that we do in September, and they're going to get all this information, and that might pull more people into our area during our yarn tour because it's a month before that one.
Right.
Perfect.
And I love that they're coming like on that weekend. That first weekend's probably the high travel weekend, I would think, for that tour.
I would think so.
And they're going to be walking in the store while we're doing the spinning retreat. And some of these people, like, some people are just knitters and crocheters. Some people just weave. And it isn't because they don't want to spin, it maybe is because they haven't been exposed.
Right.
And I know for me, when I found you,
you didn't know what
the
it was.
most I knew about spinning was Rumpelstiltskin. You know, and don't roll your eyes, cameraman Bob. He spun gold. That man was rich.
Well, that was the thing. She goes, "Ooh, Rumpelstiltskin, I'm in."
Like, and it literally took 5 seconds of me seeing somebody else spin to immediately fall in love.
Right.
So you might get somebody come in and you've got 11 to 15, 20 people in here that are spinning, and they're going to be like, well, I like really thick yarn. Ooh, I like thin yarn. What are you doing? And like, you can set somebody's world on fire.
Yeah,
So
it's a start. I mean, and if you want to go like that one yarn shop, it's farm to finished item. I mean,
that would be awesome.
Farm to store. They take it off of the animal, they process it, they spin it, and they sell it. Okay, well, you can do that too, and then you can make it into whatever you want.
Absolutely.
So, and there's in the fiber shows that we have throughout the year around the area and into Maryland and New York, they're the biggest ones around.
Mm-hmm.
And Great Lakes Fiber is the largest one that we have here in Ohio. And, you know, that happens every Memorial weekend. We have the mini one in February.
That mini one is growing.
Yes. And then there's I know there's others that are smaller that are just one-day events.
Yeah. Black Swamp.
That's it.
Black Swamp's at the end of March out by Bowling Green.
Yeah.
And I may be in that one.
Yeah. So
Mid-Ohio is June.
Mm-hmm. Which just happened then.
Yeah.
So, and New York has a couple.
Rhinebeck in the fall.
Yeah, but there was another one that they did.
That's in June now, and I can't remember the name of that one.
Yeah,
I have a thing for it.
It's more the
East Coast.
No, Southwest area. It's not towards the city. It's more in the middle of the state.
Oh, it's out towards the west side.
Yeah, the west side of New
yeah.
York. So really nice setting because they just set it up in a
field. A lot of people are calling that the mini Rhinebeck.
Yeah.
Because it's for a lot of the dyers and people like that haven't been able to get into Rhinebeck are going to that June show.
Which is good.
Because it's helping getting their name known while they sit on that waiting list for Rhinebeck for 40 years.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. So it's going to be fun and exciting. Go check it out. See what everybody's doing. And hopefully in the next week or two, the other shops will be putting up everything that they're going to be offering as well.
That'll be so much
fun.
And
I might be adding more. Who knows? I might talk her into doing something that weekend too. We'll see. We'll see. Don't give me that look. You enjoy that kind of thing.
She keeps adding more stuff to my list. I'm going to never sleep.
Just keep the racks full.
I'm trying, man. This week, I'm getting caught up. I'm running out of some iron
because she doesn't have to be here. I'm on vacation. Because we film a week early.
We mess that up every time. It's so hard to keep track of what we're talking about when we film early. I want to thank everybody.
Yes.
We are at 81 subscribers. 19 more to go by September 1st. And then cameraman Bob is going to come dance for us. Wish you could see his face. I need to film his face while he's filming us. But 19 more people. So please continue to share our YouTube channel, our Facebook page, The Blue Fiber Tree. Mm-hmm. We really, really want to grow our fiber community. We hope that what we give you is useful and helpful information. Mm-hmm. And sometimes, like today, it's just sharing what's going on in the fiber world. Sometimes it's a technique. Sometimes we're talking about encompassing a whole section of fiber related, something like knitting or weaving. And sometimes it's just us talking about what's going on in the store, what's happening in the fiber world. And for anybody that missed it, also, I want to do a second thank you to everybody that participated in the Alzheimer's fundraiser. Regina hit and exceeded her goal.
She did.
So, again, I know we said thank you on our last video, but I just want to say thank you again. It was such a beautiful turnout.
And you can still participate. We still have some knit kits and some felting kits if you want to.
A few.
Yeah, if you want to come and buy them, help us clear our inventory on that. And that money, it doesn't matter what time, that money still is tagged for the Alzheimer's Association.
Yep.
So yes, it was the best thing we could have ever done.
Yeah.
It was
ton
a
of fun,
fun
and
day.
I really see us doing something again in the future.
Yep.
So
Yep.
it
was fun.
It feels good to give.
It does. Well, and part of my whole point of the store was to give back to the community, and we do that every day. So
It's one of the reasons I opened my salon,
mm-hmm.
was to do what I wanted to do for a living, but also be a part of my community.
Right.
And this serves both purposes.
Yep. What better way to do it?
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Well, we are going to get going. So don't forget, like and share the post. And you can always find me at longtailknits.com. I'm also on Facebook as Longtail Knits.
I am alk&me.com. I am also alk&me on Facebook and Instagram.
And don't forget the Blue Fiber Tree on Facebook as well.
And we're on Instagram, even though I keep forgetting to post on our Instagram page. I'm really sorry.
But share us everywhere
Share
that
us.
you can.
Absolutely. Send them our way, and
stop in and make your comments, because I love hearing people say that they really loved the last video, and that the things that we are doing as the teaching wise, the things that we're showing, it's actually helping people, and that's good to know.
yes. And real quick, before I forget, pay attention to the Blue Fiber Tree Facebook specifically during the month of August, because during the first 2 days of August, you don't even know about this yet.
I don't know about this.
I am posting a little basket that we're going to do a giveaway, and every single person that comments on that post gets entered into the drawing. And on the last day of August, I'm going to pick a winner. I'm going to pick a winner. I don't know. I'm going to pick a winner for the little raffle basket, and it's going to have some fibers, some yarn, maybe some knitting needles. We'll see. But we're going to get some goodies together so that we can reward you guys for helping us grow our community.
Absolutely.
All right. You have a wonderful day.
Bye,
We'll talk to you
guys.
soon. Bye.